Okay, hello there everyone. Before we get started with this video today, and I know, yes, it's very unfortunate that a 12-year-old was shot in Brooklyn, and we're going to get into that. We are going to watch a video from CBS too, and we have another video we got to watch from Channel 7 regarding another subway crime. But before you watch this video, I'm going to card it right now, because this is very urgent, not just here in the city, but what is going on in Long Island? I mean, I've been keeping an eye on that situation as well. Card right now, here it comes. Pine Power LI did an excellent job covering what happened, because I'm just disturbed. I mean, there were assaults reported in Bethpage and Levittown. I know where that assault happened in Levittown very well. In fact, in that same parking complex a long time ago, I actually took out a girl on a first date. So trust me, I know how emotional things are in Long Island right now. And then I was disturbed to even find out that there was a shooting in the underground parking lot of Pro Health on Marcus Avenue. I've been to Pro Health. So, I take these Long Island crime incidents seriously too. And I know I'm not going to talk about them, but Pine Power did a good job. Watch his video, and I want to focus on the city, because this is my jurisdiction. I have an obligation to cover it. Channel 1, you know what they have on their homepage today? This. Yeah, in fact, let's draw a circle. Let's draw a big circle to prove the point. Yeah, this is what they were talking about today. No! Shame on you, Channel 1. Shame on you. This should not be on your homepage. This really shouldn't. You know what should be on the homepage? This. Yeah, that. Why wasn't this on the homepage? Can you believe this? So it just shows this TV station's blatancy time and time and time and time again. And I will mention briefly about this story. I will mention this very, very quickly. This story right here. I rode the Long Island Railroad on Wednesday. Okay? Oh, you people are complying less now. Yeah, and the story, I watched the whole video. They didn't mention that Monday, April 18th, later this month, in April, the TSA is going to drop the federal mask mandate. Because I had mentioned to the MTA board way earlier this week on Monday that the CEOs of the major airlines wrote a letter to the TSA, and they're asking for it. Governor DeSantis in Florida is asking for it too. How are you supposed to police people on wearing their mask? Okay, last week I was on the Q46, and a lady was saying to people, oh, wear your mask, wear your mask. And I'm like, okay, I get her point. But, man, the problem is, what's going to happen if people don't realize that April 18th is coming and people are not wearing their masks? Some people aren't. What if it leads to more confusion? Someone's going to have to clarify that up. But anyhow, we've been going off topic. Let's get into this. I know I'm making a rant, but let's get into this. So there was an awful shooting last night in Brooklyn. A 12-year-old kid was just minding his own business in a car, and he got shot. Shot. Homicide. Killed. So let's watch the video.
To a shocking case of gun violence, a 12-year-old boy killed by stray bullets while sitting in a vehicle.
It happened in Brooklyn last night. CBS 2's Andrea Grimes has been gathering details and reaction. She joins us live from East Flatbush. Andrea.
Well, Cindy and Mary, police say that family and that little boy were sitting and eating, innocent bystanders, when suspects in two different cars started firing at each other.
Once again, I'm standing here before you to brief you on another senseless shooting. This time, the shooting involving the death of a 12-year-old child.
Police are calling this a horrific case of gun violence. Investigators last night flooded the block where a little boy lost his life in East Flatbush, Brooklyn. They say he was parked in this Toyota Corolla with his family, including a 20-year-old woman and an 8-year-old girl, when gunfire erupted.
A preliminary investigation reveals that the three pulled over in the car to eat some food when shots were fired that penetrated their vehicle.
It happened around 7:45 last night here at Linden Boulevard and East 56th Street. Police say the boy and woman were shot multiple times. The woman is expected to survive. The little girl was not hurt. Right now, investigators do not believe the family was targeted. They're searching for 2 black sedans that fled the scene and pleading for tips.
We're going to take all our resources we have to solve this crime, but we're not going to be able to do it without the public's help.
Mayor Adams also visited the scene, saying the city's attention must be on victims and not criminals.
The question I continue to ask, what about the innocent people? We hear so much about those who are fighting, but when are we going to start fighting for the innocent people of this city? And I'm going to do that, and this police department is going to do that.
And back out here live, you can see much of this block is still taped off. Police still here on the scene, as well as the car where that family was sitting. Police have not yet released the identity of that little boy. They say he didn't even make it to the hospital. He died here at the scene. So far, no arrests have been made. Live in East Flatbush, Brooklyn, Andrea Grimes, CBS 2 News.
Andrea, thank you.
So I will say, Channel 2 did a terrific report on this story. I mean, it's just so unfortunate. And I don't know, Mayor Adams being in the rain last night, does that show that maybe he's trying to listen to his critics and realize that he has a real serious job to do right now, trying to curb this gun violence? I mean, we don't really know right now. We really don't have an answer. You know, it's just so unfortunate, you know, it's just crazy. It's just completely crazy. And speaking of which, that's the shooting that happened at the Pro Health. But we're not going to get into that because, again, I had the card earlier in the video. So you want to see what Channel 1 had. You really want to see what Channel 1 had. Because obviously it couldn't make the papers in time. No, it couldn't. And you would think that, oh, we're going to have a video. No, the only video we have from Brooklyn is Coney Island's opening their amusements this weekend. I mean, that's good for Coney Island. Don't get me wrong. But this should have been a full video. Right? And look at this. All they have is a picture of the car that was shot. That's it. Oh, sorry. You're going to have to go on the air to find an actual report. We're not going to put a video on the website. Shame on you, Channel 1. Just shame on you. So let's get into this one. And then to wrap up this video, we have a update from the 103rd Precinct regarding the shooting that happened at the pawn shop earlier this week. We don't have an arrest, but Crime Stoppers has released a photo, so we'll get into that right after we watch this.
Subway crime surging in New York City as Mayor Adams continues to roll out his new crime prevention plan. This morning, the MTA says progress is being made, but the question is, do passengers feel safe? Eyewitness News reporter Derek Waller is live in Lower Manhattan with more. Good morning, Derek.
Ken, good morning. A man was slashed in the arm on a northbound 2 train here in Lower Manhattan yesterday. But then there was another anti-gay attack actually at the other end of Manhattan. Take a look at this video. Someone recorded that anti-gay attack on their cell phone Saturday afternoon on an A train as it approached 190th Street in Washington Heights. Police say the suspect told the 22-year-old victim, quote, "I wish I had my pepper spray," and then spit at him before going on the attack, punching and pulling out hair as riders watched. Police say the attacker also said, quote, "I'm sick of all you," followed by a homophobic slur. Then on Tuesday here in the Financial District, a 47-year-old man was slashed in the arm. He and his wife were also spit at on a northbound 2 train. The victim just so happens to be a retired police officer. The attacker followed the couple off the train before eventually running out of the station. But in a news conference Tuesday, the head of the MTA said with more cops underground, crime is starting to improve.
While we are by no means out of the woods, and there is a lot of progress that needs to be made on subway safety, I just want to acknowledge that the work has begun. A serious effort is underway.
And Lieber also said that in a 12-hour period overnight this week, cops just simply enforcing MTA rules actually recovered 2 guns, one from a man who was unlawfully traveling between moving cars, the other from an intoxicated person who was asleep inside a station. They got 2 guns just from doing that alone.
So there you go. I mean, Channel 1 could be covering this stuff, but the other channels seem to do a much better job as usual. So last but not least, let's get into the update from the 103rd Precinct. So again, they are doing a combination with the Crime Stoppers unit. So this is who the 103rd Precinct is looking for. So let's see if we can get a suspect description of the incident that happened back on Monday, March 28th. As you know, a 60-year-old man was punched with an unknown object. Originally, it was reported that there was a shooting, but again, it was not a shooting. Still today, April 1st, the 60-year-old shop owner is still in critical condition at Jamaica Hospital. So this is what we have a suspect description. So get a good look of him. I'll show the pictures in just a second, but this is what we have right here. So we're looking at the following. The suspect is described as a man with a medium complexion, a medium build. Now, from what I'm assuming, he looks Latino. I don't know. From the face, I can just tell. 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing 150 pounds. He was last seen wearing a green Adidas baseball hat, a black face mask, a dark blue jacket with a hood, a black backpack, dark green pants, and black shoes. Now, you can call the Crime Stoppers unit, but what I'm going to do right now is give you all the phone number to the 103rd Precinct. So here we go. I'm going to pull it up right now on the screen. If you have any information on what happened back on Monday, March 28th, you can also call the 103rd Precinct at 718-657-8181. Again, that's 718-657-8181. There is potentially a $10,000 reward if you can give any information on any credible tip that could help catch the suspect, because this guy needs to be behind bars. And I'm hoping that the pawn shop owner will be okay. I know he's still in critical as of today, April 1st. But again, we don't know the situation. And obviously with federal HIPAA law, we are not allowed to know the name of the shop owner. Obviously, privacy is the main concern right here. So, with that, we are going to wrap this up. Again, I will mention that this is what's going on here. Channel 1 is just so blatant, and they just don't care. They don't care that they're going to properly update their website. So, that's it. Thank you for watching.